guys, today I'm doing another part on the supercharged Altima build. Here we are at the moment. We maxed out the GTR injectors at 6,500 RPM, so I had to upgrade them to 1050cc with the plug-and-play kit. Next, this was giving us trouble, so I do recommend when you're doing this setup to just put it down here. My tuner was able to get it around doing it, but it did take a little bit to figure it out. But just to avoid issues, mount it down here. And now what we are doing, which is a great upgrade, is two things. One, I'm not doing that, is a 450 wall bro. I'm not doing that, I'm sticking with the 340. You can get around with that. People have done great power with it, but if you are now upgrading, I recommend just going straight to the 340, to the 450. I already had a 340 in there from when I was full bolt on E85. Next, you need a fuel pump hardwire kit. So this is it, all it is. This one is actually an Amazon special with really good reviews. If you were scared, just change out this resistor. All it is very simple. That's what I'm gonna show you how to do today. 4 wires, one goes constant to your battery, grounds to chassis, one goes to your 12-volt ignition switch, like to the fuel pump turn on, and the other one goes to the other side of that. So this goes to the fuel pump. So basically, you're only really cutting one wire, I believe. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up on this in a little bit. And that's about it. So for me, my battery's in the trunk. So it's an easy 1, 2, 3. For anybody else, you're going to have to run it to the front. So I'm going to take this apart now and get back to you guys. So here's a little update. Got the wires peeled back. This black and yellow wire, which when you're looking at the plug, it's all the way on the left. This is your 12-volt signal wire, so it turns on an ignition for 2 seconds and turns off. What I'm trying to do is figure out how to unpin it from the connector. Once I do that, what I'm going to do is put my signal this way, and then the other side that has to go here into here. I'll get the colors and all that, obviously, when the time comes, but yellow is basically going to go this way. And then the one that goes to the fuel pump, which is this heavy blue one, that's going to go inside the connector like OEM. So that's my whole goal. Alright, so we have this wire in here. I'm going to leave a little bit of room in, so I'm just going to tuck that in there. For me, it just goes onto that terminal. Now coming back to the front, the yellow wire is already wired into the black and yellow. And what I did is I unpinned the connector and I cut and put it onto this end. It's obviously fatter, so obviously it's gonna be thicker than before. I put a whole bunch of solder on there, so it's not gonna move at all. Plus this is heat shrink as well. I'm gonna slide up to as high as possible. So once I slide that into there, all I basically have to do is wire up the ground and mount the relay to wherever I want. I'm trying to see if I can probably put it on my subwoofer because it's easy access. I just fold my seat down and get to it. If not, I have to do it somewhere like here. I'll probably move it probably in here, way out the way, so it's not gonna be close to anything. But I'm gonna go do that now, and hopefully next part of the clip I'm gonna show you on which ground wire you have to cut, because you do have to cut and cap one off on the factory harness. I just got to figure that out next, and then we'll be moving on. Alright, so where we left off, I was getting this wire back into the harness, which is all done now, but I realized as well, made a bit of a boo-boo. I forgot to pass it through this before doing that, so I'm just gonna have to re-release it and try that again. But what you're also gonna need to do is ground. Where did it go? So you're gonna need to take the ground off of this and ground it on your chassis, and then after that you're gonna have to cut the fat ground on this one right here. It's the only big wire. You're gonna have to ground that separately as well. You can put on the same ground that you're gonna ground the relay to, but you have different options to do. You can put it anywhere. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then next clip the car should be back on. So when we last left off, I was trying to get the wires out of the harness. So I did that. These wires are now outside, ready for the relay. Wrapped up real neat. I also did, what you have to do is cut the fat ground wire. Oh, you can't see it anymore. It's the only fat one. This one right here. I cut it right here. And I just joined the same 60, because it's a 16 gauge. I just joined the 16 gauge with it and passed it out. You got to ground that to your chassis. So, and then also you guys remember from earlier, this is the first pin wire that I just took out and unpinned. So now, that's how we're looking on the outside. Your yellow ignition, your external black ground, your blue power wire, your red wire. It's supposed to be out of the way, but I didn't mount my relay yet. And then also your gray mini ground wire, which you're gonna have to find another spot to ground. So I'm gonna seal this all up and clean all of this up now. And then after that, I'm just gonna ground everything and show you guys where I ground it. And then boom, should have a running car right after that. All right, so we're basically done. I just have to clean up the wires now, which I'll do off camera. Batteries ran. I've grounded it to my amplifier ground, and I have a separate ground over here. Just got to clean everything up. So moment of truth, making sure everything works. Let's see. You should hear the fuel pump prime, which you could hear it prime. I'm not sure if you can hear it on camera, but we should be all ready to go. Let's see if she starts. And she does. We are good to go. It's another install gone well. Please like and follow. Subscribe for more videos.